We are going to Dynamax our Ferrothorn here, and yeah, our only option here with the Ferrothorn is clicking Max Knuckle. YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team, and if I'm not mistaken, this team got 31st in the recent March International Challenge and has some pretty cool Pokemon, including Screech Crobat and Dragapult. So we haven't seen Dragapult much in the format because, of course, Calyx Shadow Rider, Zacian, and yeah, it's not as fast as it used to be with all the powerhouses out there. And then you have Crobat with Screech, which is really cool to see here. It is a Pokemon that's weird because these Pokemon, when you compare Zacian and Calyx compared to like the fast 130 that Crobat has and a 142 that Dragapult has, it's kind of insane how these are slow Pokemon in the format. But yeah, that's kind of the case. But let's see how this goes, because I'm really interested to try out some of the text that this team has, because it definitely looks interesting to me. If you do want to check out the details of the team, there will be a placement available in the description down below. And while you're down there, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. But let's get started and play some games. Lilligant, Groudon, Calyx Shadow Rider, Zapdos, Tornadus, and Entity. This is a really interesting team because unless it's Defiant Torn, it's like 5 special attackers. That's not something I would say you would commonly see, but this could work out. The only issue is that they have Psychic Terrain, which makes it rough for my Grimmsnarl. Crobat, can he set up against this team? Maybe? I could see it. Unless they lead the Zapdos immediately, which would suck for me. It leads Zapdos. It's kind of weird because my position... Oh, this is such a weird matchup, actually. Because A, I don't know where the Sash is, whether it's Torn or the Calyrex. B, they have weather control. This is difficult. I'm just worried about Torn Zapdos late because Torn Zapdos does do really well against me. I think I go with Dragapult Zacian here. Yeah, I want to say Dragapult Zacian is the best if I expect him to lead Torn. Plus Zapdos, but if they lead something like their Grimmsnarl, that could be really scary here, but I think I have to go for it. I think in the back I go Kyogre and Grimmsnarl, because I need Grimmsnarl to switch into Astral Barrage if I do predict wrong and they bring the Calyrex as a lead here. Lilligant is going to be confusing. This is specs on the Calyrex, that's also tough for me. We'll just find out. Because if it specs Calyrex, I can Sucker Punch it if they don't bring Entity, but I just don't know if they bring the Entity. I think they definitely bring Zapdos. I think they bring Torn. I think they bring Groudon and Calyrex. I don't know if we're going to see Lilligant or not. We did see Lilligant. Okay. This is... Okay. This is not what I expected here. All right. I'll take it. I guess we just darts here. I don't want to Dynamax and then they Sleep Powder and then I lose off that. Like, that just seems pretty bad. I think we go for a Behemoth Blade into... I think we double up the Lilligant slot because I don't want to deal with Sleep Powder. Although, getting rid of both of these Pokemon is nice because of a Sleep Powder and a Tailwind threat. So I have to deal with it no matter what. We're going to see Sleep Powder. They do hit my Dragapult. So this might be better for me if this is Sash Lilligant because I do burn a turn of Sleep Turn already. And yeah, that could be really good if that's the case. Okay. Here comes a Behemoth Blade into the Lilligant. It is Sash. Okay, that's actually really good for me. Because now I have burnt a turn of sleep with Dragapult immediately, and that is pretty huge. I think I just go for darts here, and I think I protect. Or I could go for a Behemoth Blade, and if I don't expect Dragapult, because I could take the sleep turns now, I suppose. But yeah, I'm just going to go for the protect. Torn could swap out. Which they do, which makes sense, into hard Calyrex. They don't have Entity in the back, so I could get them with the Sucker Punch potentially in the late game. That would be really nice if I could. Protect the Zacian here. Let's see what their Lilligant goes for. Sleep Powder. If we wake up, this would be really big. Getting rid of that Lilligant would be nice. Say sleep, okay. I still think I want to keep Dragapult around. I think I just go hard into Grim. Yeah, I think Hard in a Grim always makes sense here, and hopefully we can dodge a Sleep Powder. That'd be the goal. We know the Calyx can't be Sash. Is this specs? I just don't know if it's specs or not. I think we target a Lilligant slot. I think we just target the Lilligant slot. Let's figure it out. All right, Dragapult, swap out into the Grim. Don't Sleep Powder the Grim slot, because if you Sleep Powder Grim slot, I'm actually kind of screwed. Astral Barrage comes out. I think this is specs. It's going to do a lot of damage to me, I imagine. It is specs. Okay. That specs damage confirmed. He went for Sleep Powder. Okay, cool. This is... Can Grim survive 2 Astral Barrages, or are we in... Okay, we can. So I can fake out the Lilligant. I can go for a Behemoth Blade into the Calyrex. Or did I just protect? I think I protect, right? Is I already taken turn to sleep? I want to fake out the Lilligant because their Calyrex... Actually, no, I would want to go on the offense, right? It just depends. Do they expect me to have Sucker Punch? Because if they expect me to have Sucker Punch, that's the question. I think they switch out to Scout here and Sleep Powder, but I could be wrong. We'll find out. Okay, that didn't work out. Okay, I gotta fake out into Lilligant, pick up the knockout on the Lilligant. Astral Barrage, just don't crit my Grim, please. Just don't crit my Grim. Okay. Okay. Huge. They get the boost. All right, I'm going hard Dragapult here. Going hard Dragapult, and I am... This is complicated still. Horn comes out, which makes sense. I Sucker Punch here for sure. Dragapult, I might have to rely on waking up here. I think I always go for a max dragon here though. Yeah, I always go for a dragon into the Torn. The Sucker Punch can KO the Calyrex. If it swaps out, just don't Dynamax. Oh, are you gonna Dynamax? If he Dynamax, this is so bad for me. If he Dynamax, I should have Sucker Punched, but I wasn't sure. Oh boy. I Dynamaxed the Dragapult because I KO'd the Torn here. They Dynamaxed. I think that's the Calyrex. If this is a Torn, this is completely fine, but if this is the Calyrex, we're in trouble. They got me. They got me. Oh no. The Sucker Punch that last turn. I thought they would Scout for it. I thought they could have like swapped the Torn. I thought they could swap the Groudon. But instead they played super aggressive with the Calyrex and it just worked. If I Sucker Punched the Calyrex earlier, that was the way, but I really thought they would Scout because I felt like me bringing Grim kind of made them suspect something. Although I guess they weren't sure whether I would KO the Lilligant, they'd be down a Pokemon. It just didn't work out, I suppose. I could have also protected Zazosh. Oh, wait, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky because, you know... Oh man, we could have just won too. If we woke up, we could have won. Wait, how did I max guard? Are they not specs? Wait, Astral Barrage did so much damage. Wait, were they Life Orb and I missed it? Am I just dumb and they're Life Orb and I missed it? Because Astral Barrage should not do that much, I think, to my Zacian. Like it did like, what, 75%? Or maybe maybe my math was off, right? 182, that's 132, so yeah, it did 132. I was remaining with 50 HP. It wasn't boosted at that time. That's a lot. Or maybe it's just spell tag. But no, now I just lose the game. Oh man. Yeah. I can't win. I guess if okay, wait, no. Oh, I can't even do that. God dang it. Oh, I can't even max guard, go for the Ice Beam Freeze. So if I woke up there with Dragapult, I did actually probably win this game because Torn should go down to Life Orb max move from Dragapult. And then they don't have Tailwind and I still have Grim alive. So what I could do is Scary Face the next turn and go for Phantasm. And unfortunately, that's not going to work out either in my favor. Yeah, so... Oh, I got a lot of things wrong in this game. The Calyrex played aggressive, which was not good for me. Well, actually, it wasn't specs on the Calyrex. So I have no idea what kind of Calyrex that is. I don't think they run Cobra Berry at all. I'm pretty sure Sucker Punch would have still KO'd it. But yeah, we can't do anything. We're probably just going down here. I probably should have just Ice Beamed the Torn, but I'm pretty sure last Pokemon was just going to be Groudon anyway. If it was Indeedee, then I could have probably lost. Oh, we actually survived a Phantasm at +2. Well, I guess with the Assault Vest, it kind of makes sense. But yeah, Hurricane going to finish us off. Oh, that Lilligant though. Sleep Powder is still the bane of my existence. I didn't even get to see what else Lilligant really did. It just clicked sleep power the entire time. God dang. But yeah, there were, I think, quite a few chances that I could have had the game. But yeah, I needed to hope, I think, with Dragapult waking up, because if Dragapult woke up there... Did we take 2 or 3 turns of sleep, though? I might have taken 2 and I may have miscounted. Did I? No, because Dragapult got slept turn 1 and then I tried to Dragon Darts turn 2. Yeah, so I took 3 turns, right? Yeah, I did, because I switched in Grimmsnarl when the Calyx came in, which was like turn 3. Unlucky, but that's just how the game goes sometimes. Looks like we got the standard Sun team: Zacian, Groudon, Grimmsnarl, Charizard, Gastrodon, and Incineroar. Dragapult's actually kind of good against this team, especially... that might be an option here. I kind of want to go with Crobat and Tailwind offense, because I feel like Grimmsnarl, Scareface is cool, but it doesn't really help out too much here, I think, for the most part. They got to watch out for Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn could be scary for them. Iron Defense Ferrothorn does do pretty well against their team. I really do like Crobat, though. I like Crobat Dragapult a lot, and I like Crobat Zacian. I like Crobat Zacian more, I think, because I like the idea of getting Tailwind up in this game. I'm pretty sure. I think Kyogre and Dragapult in the back. It's kind of a shame I can't go for Screech combinations here into the opponent's Zacian. It would be with my Zacian, like a Screech double up. It only works with Dragapult lead, and I don't want to lead Dragapult because I don't know what they're leading on their side. I'm fine with sacking Zacian this matchup immediately to get some chip on whatever I need to bring out. And hopefully like Dragapult can come in, because what I'm relying on heavily is going to be my Dragapult this game, because Dragapult can clean up, especially next to Crobat. If I have them focus down the Zacian gets one powerful hit off. I could bring Dragapult next to Crobat, and then I could start Screech going for like really powerful attacks, I think, which would be really nice. We'll find out though. Like if they lead Grimmsnarl, I do want to Behemoth Blade, although I don't think they have room to bring Grimmsnarl. I think Screens would be nice. However, I think you need answers to Ferrothorn, and I think you need other answers to everything else. You definitely bring Zacian, Groudon in this matchup. You bring Gastrodon, I think, and then I think you bring Incineroar or Charizard. But no, we're actually going to see the Grimmsnarl plus the Zacian. All right. This is fine. Yeah, this works out. I can go for Behemoth Blade. They're probably going to get a Reflect up, which is cool. I don't think that's terrible. My sword goes off first, which is nice to know. I can go for a... Do I need Tailwind here? I don't need Tailwind, right? I think I'm just going to Screech their Zacian, and I'm just going to Behemoth Blade. Because, like, I'm faster with my Zacian. My Dragapult should be faster than their Zacian. Unless their Zacian's an interesting speed tier, which I guess could be the case here. I guess that could be a thing. Do I want a Tailwind? I'd rather just Screech, really. I want offensive pressure if they go for a Reflect here, which I think they are. Let's find out. I think my Crobat should be faster than their Zacian. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be adamant. So I'm going to take the knock on the Grim, hopefully, here, and Screech their Zacian and prepare for a setup the following turns, I think. We're going to see Reflect here, which is cool. Okay, big Screech, big Screech. Behemoth Blade does come out. We do need to hit the Screech. If we hit the Screech, we're in a really good spot, I think. We're in a really good spot. Behemoth Blade does knock out the Grim. Perfect. So Grim does go down here. Let's see what the Zacian did. Screech does connect. Nice. So now that Zacian is at -2 defense, which means it might go down the next Behemoth Blade, because I think even through the Reflect we can OHKO it. We're going to see the Behemoth Blade here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in a Crobat, but it could be my Zacian right here. It is going to target down my Zacian. Okay, that's really good for me, because Screech Behemoth Blade does threaten a lot on their team coming up. All right. Crobat might put in some work here. If Groudon comes in, Incineroar are going to come in. Interesting. Again, I didn't really need my own Zacian here at all to do much. It's interesting to see Incineroar, though. It's kind of a shame. I think we... Does that mean no Gastrodon or no... That's either no Gastrodon... Oh, wow. No Gastrodon or no Groudon. That's huge. I could Screech again. Air Slash doesn't do anything. I guess Tailwind is Tailwind time now. Yeah, I think we just Tailwind now. Do we Protect or do we just Behemoth Blade? I think I'm fine with just Behemoth Blading, realistically. Yeah, I'm just going to Behemoth Blade, because they have to, like, target my Zacian slot at least once right here. And they don't fake out, so I imagine this is a Behemoth Blade Flare Blitz. Maybe a Parting Shot coming out, but this is still a good amount of damage to their Zacian. Yeah, really good damage. And we also get the... Wait, their Zacian was faster than Crobat? Oh, it's a speed tie? I guess they're Adamant Max Speed. Yeah, they're Adamant Max Speed. That's awkward. Wait, that's really awkward. They're at max speed Zacian. They parting shot. Oh, that's actually really good. Okay. Why are you out of max speed? Why are we speed tying? Usually the Zacian on the opposing teams are like bulky, offensive. Oh wait, they do have Gastrodon back. Okay, my Kyogre is like way less useful now. I definitely want to bring Dragapult now. Yeah, we go hard Dragapult. I guess this is a weird spot, huh? This is a weird spot now because I don't know what they're actually doing here. I think I'm going to go for a Dragon here into their Gastrodon. I think I'm going to Behemoth Blade their... Oh, this is weird because I don't know what Zacian's doing here. Are they going to protect their Zacian? If they protect their Zacian, that makes a lot of sense here. But they could also swap out an Incineroar, I feel like, because I feel like they want to preserve numbers. I think Incineroar coming out here makes the most sense to me. So what I really want to do is I want to Phantasm the Gastrodon, and I kind of want to go for... I think we Behemoth Blade anyway. Yeah, I think we still Behemoth Blade. Okay, they stayed in, which is good for me. If they didn't, if they protect though, because if they protected, this is still weird. All right, we Dynamax our Dragapult here. If they protect, Dragon was the play here. Dragon was the play. If they didn't protect, let's find out. They Dynamax the Gastrodon, which makes sense because it is a Pokemon that does want to Dynamax in this situation. Oh, do I have enough firepower to deal with the Gastrodon? I'm pretty sure I do, hopefully. I hope with Hyper Beam Kyogre alongside these Max Phantasm draws, but I need to knock on their Zacian. I think I desperately need to knock on their Zacian here with Behemoth Blade. Hopefully they give it to us. Okay, that's really huge that they gave it to us. All right. So here comes the Behemoth Blade into their Zacian. We're able to pick up a knockout. I think they were just throwing off Behemoth Blade. Last ditch effort. Nice. Okay. We get rid of their Zacian. I think they were scared because I could have airstreamed. I wasn't sure if they were going to Dynamax or just yawn, but yeah, good thing. Max Phantasm comes out into their Gastrodon. Not much damage, but still really solid here because we're able to get the Phantasm. They're going to go for Quake though. Yeah, Quake is going to come out into the Zacian slot. That's fine. That's +1 on their Gastrodon, although it's manageable right here. Hailstorm does not KO me. We go out in a Kyogre. I mean, this endgame is still really close, and I mean really close. Kyogre comes out. Incineroar comes out. Okay. They have Fake Out Pressure against my Kyogre. I don't know if they're gonna... I just don't know what they're gonna do here. I think Fake Out Kyogre makes a lot of sense here. I just don't know if Gastrodon goes for the Hailstorm or a Max Quake here. It really depends on what they go for here too. I always go for Phantasm here into the Gastrodon. It makes the most sense to me. How many times of screens do they have left? They have way too many. Okay, yeah. Phantasm here and Water Spout is my play. They could Quake my Dragapult. My next move is gonna heavily depend, I think, on what they decide to do next turn. Wait, they attacked with Incineroar. That's huge because I get a Phantasm off into the Gastrodon. That's a good amount of damage. Hey, were they leftovers Gastrodon or are they Citrus? Because I don't remember the leftovers animation going off. Okay, Water Spout does come out. I am boosting the Gastrodon's special attack, but I need to KO on Incineroar because I can't afford a Dark type move into my Dragapult. Okay, goodbye Incineroar. Let's find out. Gastrodon, what are you going for here? Hailstorm? Hailstorm does come out. Okay, that's actually huge. Does this KO Dragapult? Okay, with Life Orb doesn't look like it, but that's actually pretty big. Dragapult should live Hail. Yeah, okay, perfect. Gastrodon also taking the Hail. Was it leftovers? It's not leftovers. What item is that Gastrodon? Okay, they have to max guard here. There's no way they don't. I'm going to go down the hill anyway. I go for Ice Beam into Fang, and then I think does Ice Beam KO though the Gastrodon at +1, or do I have to Hyper Beam? Well, here's the thing. If it's not leftovers, then I think I just Ice Beam anyway. I don't even think I have to rely on Hyper Beam. Yeah, because if it was leftovers, then I think I had to fire off the Hyper Beam. But since it's not, pretty sure I get rid of the Gastrodon here. The Dynamax from Dragapult's over. Okay, okay. Come on. I really hope Ice Beam KOs. I mean, I don't think the Gastron can 1v1 my Kyogre anyway, because if it's not leftovers, they're not healing any HP back. Unless it has Recover, if it has Recover. But then again, if they have Recover, they don't have Yawn, right? Because we already seen, like... Or they don't have Protect plus Recover, right? Like, if they have Recover, and it's Ice Beam Earth Power guaranteed, then it would have Recover, and then the last move has to be either Yawn. I guess if they live the Ice Beam and Recover, but I don't think you live Ice Beam at this range. You're like way too low, I'm pretty sure. If this doesn't, I'm gonna really regret not clicking Hyper Beam because they would Recover here if they have it. But yeah, I'm able to get rid of Gastron. Ooh, big turn. The Zacian knocking out their Zacian. Screech was also really came in handy because it gave me a way to actually pressure their Zacians, and I could have pressured some other slots too, which would have been really nice. The only unfortunate part about this team is I can't Screech Close Combat the Incineroar slot because I have Sacred Sword, which ignores the defense drops from Screech. So that's one thing I couldn't go for. But yeah, just having that Screech as a backup, because like even if they played a bit differently, like if they decide to take the knockout into the Zacian, a Dragapult could have came in. But the fact that it was max speed Adamant Zacian, oh boy, that's a rare one right there. But that kind of screwed up my plan a little bit because I was hoping I'd get the Screech or Tailwind up so I can guarantee my Dragapult outspeeding their Zacian, and then it kind of, or Kyogre just outspeeding their Zacian, and that would have been pretty huge. But yeah, that definitely changed the game. But thankfully, that one turn where we knocked out their Zacian was really clutch. Landisfarian, Dialga, Zacian, Grimmsnarl, Tyranitar, and Rillaboom. Okay, this is a very interesting team right here. What do I want to exactly go against this team? Because Zacian, I mean, it's just Dialga, Double Steel. This is an interesting version of this Double Steel team. All right. I like my Grimmsnarl a lot here. Grimmsnarl is really good. I like... Airform looks really good endgame cleanup. Like, really good endgame cleanup. It's just... Is it possible? Like, can I accomplish that? That's the difficult part here. I do want to go Grimmsnarl. Maybe Grimmsnarl Kyogre, because it seems like a good opener. Other than against Fairforn, which I think I could probably play around. Let's just go Grimmsnarl, I think Kyogre. And then in the back, I like Zacian for sure. And then Fairforn is the last? I'm pretty sure it's Fairforn. Yeah, because it does beat a lot of what my opponent has. Items wise, I could see it being Scarf on the Landisfarian. I would imagine that's going to be the case. I imagine it's going to be Focus Sash on the Grimmsnarl. I imagine Life Orb on the Dialga. I wonder if it has Trick Room. I don't think it would, but it could be an option. Tyranitar is just a really interesting addition here. I'm imagining it's for like Calyx Shadow Rider teams. I wonder if it also can help out against Ice Riders teams, but I don't think you need help with Ice Riders teams. I'm pretty sure just the original core just had a really positive matchup against that, so probably just Shadow Rider stuff, maybe Zard stuff. We're gonna see the Grimmsnarl Dialga lead on their side. Okay, as I lead my own Grimmsnarl plus the Kyogre, my Drizzle goes off before pressure, unless it's Telepathy Dialga. Are you Telepathy Dialga? Because that should signal Bulldoze. Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be the case. Cool. I'm gonna fake out their Grimmsnarl, and I'm just gonna go for a Water Spout right here into their team. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to dish out some damage, get rid of that Grimmsnarl as quick as possible, and then maybe I could get like some Scary Face attacks off. We are gonna see a Dynamax come out for my opponent immediately. It's gonna be the Dialga, and I should be able to live any attack realistically here. I am worried about the Grimmsnarl interactions right here though, as I wouldn't be surprised if they're max speed, get a fake out Steel Spike off, but at least I get that, at least I am able to be put in an okay position, I suppose. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, yeah, they do fake out immediately. I could have swapped to Fairforn, I suppose. Fairforn could have also accomplished what I needed. A Water Spout is going to come out. It is Focus Sash on the Grimmsnarl, which is not too surprising here. Okay. And then a Steel Spike is going to come out. Okay, they do target down the Grimmsnarl. All right. I don't want to... I wonder if Fake Tears would come out the next turn. I definitely want to still Water Spout. I do think Fairforn was probably a better play than risking that. Yeah, especially since I think the fake out Steel Spike was pretty obvious there. Okay, I think I want to go hard into Fairforn here. And I think I actually want to click Protect plus Water Spout. I don't know who they're going to target here. I imagine Rillaboom's in the back. So I could see them targeting down to Fairforn since Fairforn is kind of a threat. So yeah, let's just go for a Water Spout here. Because even if they go for like a Scary Phase and they attack my Kyogre survives, I get a Water Spout off at least. So Nuts. Terrible, I suppose. There actually is a world where I do Dynamax a Fairforn in this situation so I can boost up my Zacian's defense, or not defense, attack, and that actually does matter against their Zacian especially. So that could be a thing that does happen in this game, and we'll find out if it does. Definitely a possibility, not one I'm going to rule out just yet. I do want to protect Fairforn though. I can't afford to lose this Fairforn here specifically. Fairforn's definitely a Pokemon that can win this game. I just really wonder what the Dialga's last move is, because I don't know if it's going to have a fire move or not, because I think that's also a pretty crucial factor here. We do protect the Fairforn. Fake Tears does come out perfect into the Fairforn. I think they were scared of me setting up an Iron Defense here. We are able to get a Water Spout off and get more damage into the Dialga, which is absolutely beautiful. So now I don't have to worry about Sacred Sword, whether the Dialga was bulky or not. And we're going to see a Max Quake be fired off, probably also in the Fairforn. I imagine that's why you targeted it with the Fake Tears in the first place. Yep, perfect. So Dynamax does have it in the Fairforn. And pretty good second turn at least. The first turn didn't work out. The second turn worked out way better. I think I could have probably had a huge positional advantage though if I did make the Fairforn swap turn one. So that is something I will probably note in the future. Let's find out who their next Pokemon's going to be. Is this Zacian? Is this... We're going to find out something, right? Rillaboom does come out. Okay. Not too surprising here. Rillaboom. I really don't need Kyogre, I think, in this game. Like, I really don't think I do. I think I just Leech Seed the Dialga to get back some HP. I'm like pretty sure that's the play. Or do I? I could Iron Defense here. Because the Leech Seed, I mean, Leech Seed kind of helps with recovery. This is Grassy Glide into Kyogre. I think this is Grassy Glide Max Quake into Kyogre. Yeah, I think that would be your play here. The question is, do I want to max the Fairforn this turn, or do I want to preserve it? I feel like just Leech Seed here, the Dialga is probably pretty safe. Just gain back a bit of HP, and I think I'm going to fire off an Ice Beam into the... I'd say the Dialga slot as well. Because what it's really important in this game, yeah, Grassy Glide going to come out, which is not surprising, the Kyogre. I knew I was going to be pinned there anyway. I'm pretty sure they doubled up that slot with Max Quake, because if I swapped out an Zacian, they could have caught that, and I did not want that. Although if the Kyogre did have Protect, I guess I could have had that, and maybe they still would have decided to Max Quake the Fairform. But yeah, getting a Leech Seed is probably more valuable than the Iron Defense, because the Rillaboom's not accomplishing much anyway. I imagine the Zacian probably has Sacred Sword, and I rather just have to recover with the Fairforn at this point in the game. So just gain back all this HP with Fairforn, so the Dynamax is actually way more effective, is probably the call. The next turn, this is where it's going to get a little bit questionable. We are getting a lot of recovery though, thanks to the grassy terrain, the leftovers, and the Leech Seed. So that's one positive note here. I do think we'll live in Earth Power from their Dialga, which is pretty nice. And afterward, this is where it starts getting a little bit scary. We go hard into Zacian here. And I think we start Dynamaxing with our Fairforn here, and we go for a... I want to say it's Max Knuckle, but I just don't know into which slot. I could Double Protect too, which is another option. I really do like the... I guess it's just complicated no matter what. I don't know who they're going to target with Rillaboom. I think they're going to target down my Zacian. But yeah, I have no clue. I think we Max Knuckle now, and I think we're going to Sacred Sword the Dialga. Because we might as well... I want the attack boost on my Zacian so I can always outspeed. If I protect here, I risk Fairforn. I think it's just the same situation next turn. Yeah, it'd be the same situation next turn. Although I guess I'd have more recovery. Maybe it was actually better to protect, double protect here. Or at least... I'm not sure. We're going to see the Dialga swap out though into the Zacian. Oh, wow. It went hard into Zacian, which I'm a bit surprised about. Okay. That means we get to find out who's faster potentially, which would be really nice to know. That'd be really nice to know who Zacian is faster in this. But we are going to Dynamax our Fairforn here, and yeah, our only option here with the Fairforn is clicking Max Knuckle, but hey, it can work out here. I didn't expect the Dialga to switch out there, because this is chip into their Zacian, which would have put in range of Behemoth Blade, but I guess with the Knuckle, it's not going to matter, because I would have KO'd it anyway. Let's find out. Does Rillaboom also have attack here that's going to fire off? Sacred Sword comes out. Is this high horsepower? Yeah, it's high horsepower. Okay, that's going to hurt. Yeah, that's pretty bad that it has high horsepower specifically. Max Knuckle is going to come out into their Rillaboom. I mean, if I can get rid of their Zacian, I do win the game. Who's Zacian's faster though? because I do have a fast Zacian, but they might have one too. Oh, that's really big that my Zacian actually. Okay, that's really big. Okay, if it's high horsepower in Rillaboom, I'm not too concerned. And Fairforn's still healing a lot of damage from the grassy terrain plus the leftovers here. They do have to preserve their Zacian. Oh, this endgame is going to be super scary. I'm going to go for the protect and attack the Zacian. I feel like this is obvious, but I don't think they can afford to risk their Zacian. I could see their Zacian either protecting or swapping out into the Dialga. I could also see it trying to just Sacred Sword in my Fairform, which is also pretty fair play. But I do kind of need to pressure, I think, the Zacian slot, because if I give it a Zacian, because if Zacian's Sacred Sword, then I think that's the only mon that can really beat my Fairform effectively here. Although, I haven't got to an Iron Defense up, which was a little bit concerning. However, it's a close one. It's a close one. I'll just say that much. We're going to see the Zacian protect here. Let's find out what they're going to do here with their Pokemon. Are we going to see protects? Are we going to see? Yep, protect from the Zacian. Perfect. Okay, that's really good. My Zacian has been faster twice, so I should have the faster Zacian at this point. They go for high horsepower into the Zacian slot. Cool. And I go for the Max Knuckle into the Zacian on their side, which doesn't do much damage to protect, but we're still gaining back quite a bit right here. And we now have a +3 Zacian. Now, the question is the Zacian swapping out on their side, or are they staying in? Because if they stay in, I want to Behemoth Blade it. Because if they stay in and I Behemoth Blade it, I think I win. But do they sack the Dialga? Because I think Dialga could be a play here, and if they sack the Dialga here and they go for the high horsepower and the Zacian because their Rillaboom survives, then yeah, I probably lose. They could also go for a double protect play, but I feel like the Dialga sack would be better for them. It really depends. Do I expect them to switch, or do I expect them to go for the Zacian attack here? Since my Zacian's always moved first, I imagine that they don't want to risk this. And high horsepower looks like I could pick up the knockout here. So you know what? I'm going to go for the Max Knuckle here. I'm going to go for the KO into the Rillaboom. Let's see if this is going to fail. Nice. Okay, beautiful. We're able to catch the Dialga, and we're able to eliminate the Rillaboom. And I think with +2 on the Fairform, we should be able to KO the Dialga here with Max Knuckle, and that should secure the game, because then we can just go for like anything really. Behemoth Blade, we're like +3 Zacian. Goodbye Rillaboom. And we are able to click Knuckle into the Dialga. So thankfully my instinct worked there. Like, I felt the Dialga sack made a lot of sense there, because if you're able to eliminate the Zacian, there's also a chance that I could have also went for the roll on Rillaboom. If the Rillaboom gets a roll on my Zacian with the high horsepower, because I got 2 turns of grassy terrain healing, I don't know if it actually picked up the knock at that range. If the high horsepower is a roll and Zacian survived, I could have went for that too. However, I felt like this was probably the safest play, and it was my opponent's safest play to sack the Dialga as well in that case. And I was able to catch that thankfully, because if I did target down to that Zacian slot and they did get the roll onto my Zacian, would have been devastating. But yeah, now I do pick up the win here because they bring out their Zacian. However, I think I just have enough to win this game at this point. I'm pretty sure. I think I do have to hit a Leech Seed if it is a speed tie here, but I don't think it should be a speed tie. Like, it just doesn't seem likely. But we go for the, or we could Iron Defense here. Iron Defense is probably fair too. Yeah, I could go for the Iron Defense. I'm gonna Iron Defense, and I'm just gonna Behemoth Blade. I mean, I'm just hoping that Zacian, oh, they don't even go for like if our Zacian's for some reason sped tie, but yeah, able to pick up the win. Whew. It looks pretty bad there. Turn 1, I do think the better play was switching on the Fairform. I think switching on the Fairform would have been really nice, but yeah, it looked like the end game where I was able to get a Max Knuckle off that I had to come up with, it did end up working, because I was able to threaten the Rillaboom, because Rillaboom was able to live one's Behemoth Blade through a +1 Zacian normally, but with the +2 it changed that calc, which allowed me to pick up the knock on that Rillaboom, which was huge. And I was just always able to get, I think, the right read on what the Zacian was doing for my opponent's side, which was really nice, because once we got rid of there, once we were able to, basically, we knew that their Zacian was the win con, we pressured it, but we knew what they were going to do, I think, and it just ended up working out, thankfully. Can't be Dynamax Fairform ended up coming in just by clicking Max Knuckle. And that is the show. Crobat's a little bit hard to bring, I think, because if we were Focus Sash Crobat, probably easier to handle, but Crobat's not really bulky enough to survive a lot of attacks. Regieleki, of course, threatens it. There's Calyx Shadow Rider, there's Zacian. And the fact that we speed type adamant max speed Zacian is always a treat. But yeah, the Screech combination is really cool. We couldn't pull it off with the Zacian, unfortunately. And yeah, we did technically get it with the Zacian in a weird situation, I guess, suppose. But yeah, with the Dragapult, it's meant for on this team because it's adamant Dragapult that's slower than the Crobat. But yeah, it was really cool to see. I think a lot of the techs on this team were definitely interesting to try out, but let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. Leave a like down below as it really does help me out. Especially, you can check out the details of the team available in the placement in the description down below, but you can check out the rest of my Series 12 content where I use a lot of cool teams and a lot of fun Pokemon. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people, and until we meet again, I'll catch y'all later.